Good day everyone, my name is Franco and together with Tokushu Knife, today we are bringing you simple tips on how to avoid chipping your Japanese kitchen knives and recommendations in case you do. So, let's get right into it. Tip number 1. Never cut through anything that you cannot chew, like ice. Also, do not cut frozen foods or bone. I know it's a little strange to be cutting chicken feet as an example, but that's the only bone I have because they're my dog treats. Tip number 2. When utilizing your knife, employ proper cutting techniques. It doesn't matter if you're a push cutter, a pull cutter, an up and down chopper, always cut straight down. Try to avoid coming down on the food at an angle, and absolutely never employ torsion in your knife. So that's the wiggling left right if you can't get through food. If you're having trouble going through a food item, just pull the blade back and push back down, but never use torsion or you will most likely chip your blade. Tip number 3. When using your knife, every time you make a cut, you'll be hitting a cutting surface. And so we professionally recommend that you never cut on glass, bamboo, marble, or really any countertops, to be honest, because you never know if that countertop is treated, if there's any gaps, so avoid all of those. What we highly recommend instead is cutting on something like a high quality polyurethane, aka plastic, or even very popular with the kitchen knife enthusiasts are high quality rubber boards like Hasegawa. You can also cut on edge grain cutting board, which is wood, or end grain wooden cutting boards. Those are also some great recommendations. So, what happens if after all that, you still chip your blade? Well, tip number 1, if you did chip your blade, don't panic. There's always a solution. Though it is true that you can have a personal sharpening kit at home, it isn't as simple as just having one stone, especially if your blade is going to be chipped. A stone that's 1K grit might not be enough to remove the chips. And as you can see here with a personal kit, you might need a lot to really get the job done. You might need multiple stones, a Nagura stone, a flattening stone. Some stones are splash and go, some you can use right away. It gets complicated really fast just in terms of the equipment, and that's not to mention that even after years of experience, some people still make mistakes. And so our recommendation number 2, if you remember recommendation number 1 was don't panic, recommendation number 2 will be just send it to a pro sharpener, someone like Knife Sharpening Wizard, Zach Peters from Tokushu Knife. They do offer mail-in services so they can sharpen your knives for you, they can remove the chips, and therefore you don't have to worry about it. So that's essentially it. Remember, don't cut anything you can chew, don't cut through frozen foods or bone, never apply torsion on your blade and try to cut in straight linear motions. If you do chip your blade, don't panic, send it to a pro sharpener. I hope you enjoyed this video and you learned a lot, and we'll see you next time.